Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, we got a Just Thought Lounge for us this week. The neighbors are hiding something. The murder of Philip Buckie Barlow. The neighbors hiding something? Mm-hmm. What do you think the neighbors hiding?
I don't know. We go find out.
Hold on. What's up with my computer, man? But with that being said, are you done coughing?
I'm not done, but
I'm saying done.
So for the moment, I guess.
It's the hard drive. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it in with a thumbs up.
And we hear seen a comment in the past. Somebody asked us, can we do more Just Thought Lounge? We do them every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. Y'all gonna hear a beep. There you go. But we do a Just Thought Lounge every Sunday. Come back every Sunday if you want more Just Thought Lounge. You know what I'm saying? We do content every day. You gotta tap in, tune in. You gotta hit that subscribe button. So
gotta do that.
And turn on the notifications. Because obviously you're not being notified when we upload.
Definitely do that.
You don't want to lose them now, not us. But let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in. I'm sorry, guys.
In the spring of 2019, a well-liked and respected trucker in a small town in West Virginia went missing. In the days that followed, it seemed that everyone in the community had a theory. Rumors, speculation, and accusations were rampant. The investigation navigated a maze of strange clues, finger-pointing, and colorful characters.
Man, I don't know a freaking thing about this missing guy, dude. I don't even know. My mom asked me today, well, how come they're saying...
Until one small and seemingly innocuous lie unraveled the mystery of this small-town murder. Hi there, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case takes us to a town of just over 200 people.
What?
That setting goes a long way to explaining how this investigation unfolds.
It's small.
I'm trying to see a town of 200 people, what they would look like. Maybe back home where your church at? Like a town of 200 people? Or maybe like where Tina Turner, that area.
Maybe that area more.
Yeah. But I feel like they probably got more. Nah, they probably got about 200 out that way. But it's not even a town. It's like a area within a town. You get what I'm saying? Cause like we from the same place. She a fellow alumni, but just the area she's from probably got about 200 people. You know, if that much.
Yeah.
Weird. I was trying to think where my mom grew up, and they got more than 200.
Mm.
With no murder scene or weapon, limited physical evidence, and dodgy witnesses, there were only a few ways this case could have been solved. When it finally was, the truth was truly horrific. Let's take a look.
Them small towns gonna be crazy, bro.
Kingwood, West Virginia is a small community situated within the Allegheny Mountains above the Cheat River Valley. The town is spread across a large rural area with less than 1,000 families calling the region home. Just south of Kingwood is the even smaller community of Tunnelton, which is home to a population of just over 200 people. Perhaps not surprisingly, Kingwood is a place where many residents have family connections carried over generations,
Yeah, that's all.
where neighbors know each other, and where gossip and rumors travel quickly.
Yup.
At about 7:15 in the morning on Wednesday, May 29th, 2019, one local resident placed a call to the Preston County Sheriff's Office about suspected drug activity on Shower Bath Road. There was a maroon pickup truck parked where the road first widened past Route 26. The road runs next to the Cheat River. Later that morning, Deputy Childers pulled up behind the truck and began to inspect it.
I like that road Austin was ducked off on. If y'all don't know about the killing that happened down here, back home ways, but Austin Drummond killed those 4, and he was laid low. What's so crazy? The area they found him in? I used to work in that area. I used to deliver packages in
3.
4.
Who was the 4th?
It was the mom, the son, her daughter, and her daughter's boyfriend, aka baby daddy.
I thought he dropped the daughter off. So
It was the mom, her son, her daughter's baby daddy. Her daughter's daughter is the one he just randomly dropped off, which is the granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was 4. But the area they caught him at, I'm very familiar with the area. I used to deliver packages over in that area and some more stuff. That's back home, like all that area. But the road he killed
The
him
deputy
on,
found the vehicle empty. Dark gray smoke building up in the interior of the cab made it nearly impossible to see in.
Dark gray smoke.
Some of the smoke billowed out from the passenger side window, no doubt the reason that the caller had suspected drug use.
It almost seems as if somebody's probably trying to set this one on fire from the looks of it here.
There was clearly oil or a similar type of liquid accelerant spilling out from the doors. In the truck bed were 2 containers of motor oil, one of them empty. On the passenger side, there were notable smudges visible, but there were no hand or finger imprints. Despite the arsonist's efforts, much of the interior remained intact.
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
There's a pretty good indication. Gloves. They were wearing gloves.
Yep.
Small print here.
Let me see.
Keys are out of the ignition. There's a barrier there. The center console's been opened.
Yep.
As you can see, it smells like an oil. There's oil all over the dash. A couple places here.
The deputy was joined by a sergeant and then by the fire department. Tire tracks emerging from the roadside near to the pickup suggested another vehicle could have been involved, perhaps driven away by the arsonist.
Hey, this looks like I don't know if it's fresh, but it comes from right here on the side of this truck. There's like a tire tread going out that way.
The pickup was registered to Philip Barlow, a local truck driver known affectionately as Buckie. Before long, this was further confirmed when Buckie's nephew, Perry, arrived on scene and told them that that was his uncle's truck. He placed a call to Buckie's employer, Hillside Trucking, to check in on him. Perry learned that Buckie had not arrived for work that morning, and no one had heard from him. A highly unusual circumstance for a trucker who was known for his reliability.
Have you been having any kind of issues?
Not that I'm aware of. Last time I talked to him, that was his breakfast, which would have been Mother's Day. He was bitching about his neighbor being an outlaw. Other than that, everything was normal.
Is he married?
Paul said he never called or showed up. He said that's highly unusual.
Has he got anybody he lives with? Kids? Nobody?
His fiance, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, lives in Indiana.
And where?
Indiana.
Indiana.
See, his plan is to retire in September and move to Indiana.
Wow.
That's so messed up.
Philip Buckie Barlow was in fact only weeks away from a well-deserved retirement. He and Mary Butler, his partner of over 17 years, had been making preparations for their pending move out of state. She had moved to Indiana ahead of him to set up their new home.
Damn.
The circumstances surrounding the abandoned truck were suspicious. Foul play was certainly being considered, though Buckie was not known as the type to make enemies. He was described as a big-hearted man who loved children and was reportedly shockingly competent on a pair of roller skates. Indeed, Buckie dedicated many Sundays to teaching local kids how to skate. He also loved riding his four-wheeler, camping, and playing with his remote control cars. Though he had no children of his own, the 61-year-old was close with his extended family, including nieces and nephews. He was one of 9 children, though had already suffered the loss of 2 siblings. In the local area were 2 of his brothers, 4 sisters, their spouses, and children. None of his family members had heard from him since he left his home for work the night before. Mary had spoken with Buckie while he was preparing to leave at just before midnight. He was often one of the first to report in at around 12:15 a.m. That night, Buckie did not arrive. A missing persons investigation was launched by the county sheriff's office under the lead of Captain Travis Tichnell. Officers began by speaking with coworkers at Hillside Trucking.
What's your thoughts about all this? What's your thoughts about all this?
I don't know. It was normally Bucky's the type of person, and you have to forgive me, but if the man's gonna make a bell that he tells everybody. I mean, everybody knows anything and everything about him. And normally, you can say in clockwork, he normally shows up between 12:15 to around 12:45. He's here. I noticed he wasn't here last night, and I went over and asked him if he was coming out later with the rest of the drivers. We didn't know. He wasn't scheduled off for anything. We didn't know either why he didn't show up at all.
Any enemies that he had that you know of? Somebody he didn't like?
The only person that we knew was that his neighbors. You always heard him talk about fighting with his neighbor.
Who's that?
I don't know what his name was.
You don't know his name?
It's our daytime mechanic. It's his nephew. But I don't know what his name is.
As the search commenced, Mary traveled from Illinois to the home she shared with Buckie on No. 4 Road, south of Kingwood in the even smaller town of Tunnelton. Deputies, with the assistance of the community, searched the area where the truck had been found for any indication of a pathway towards the river or any additional evidence that might indicate where they could find Buckie. Family members and friends walked the length of the river where the terrain allowed, hoping to spot something.
My brother said he seen something floating in the river this morning, and he's got a bunch of the raptors out looking at Cheap River right now. Okay. But we're thinking the same thing you're thinking. If the truck burned up on this road,
If anybody went in this water, I mean, they were still up at the bottom.
As the only source of controversy in the trucker's life appeared to be an ambiguous dispute with one of his neighbors, deputies were keen to conduct a canvass of the area. Directly next to his house was the home of Laura Martin and Robert Bobby Quinn.
Well, the reason I'm stopping is your neighbor there. I wonder if you happen to know when he left, or see him leave, or...
No, they were stopped down along the road. I was with my grandpa. What's my grandma's husband? Can't nobody want to grandpa, but I can't remember that. Anyway, on my way back, and when they were over here, Greg stopped, and he was asking if our cameras were stopped running, which we have to have internet, and we don't. And I told him no, what was going on. And he said he couldn't find Buckie. Well, I mean, you can ask these guys, it's high and by, and I don't know everybody's names, really.
That's understandable.
And I was like, who's Buckie? He said, your neighbor lives in the trailer. I said, what do you mean? You can't find him. I told him,
You don't hear when he leaves or anything. I know it's early in the morning.
and then you got the fan turned on high and washer and dryer running. You can't hear.
I understand.
Laura explained that they were in bed early the night before. With appliances running inside the house, like their washer-dryer, they could not hear anything that might have taken place outside. Unfortunately, the couple were of no help to investigators. Laura and Quinn were not the only neighbors in the immediate vicinity. Bucky's property also connected with land occupied by a man named Craig McLeod. The more neighbors the police spoke with, the more they heard the same rumors and allegations. That Craig McLeod and his friend, a man named Chris Thorne, must be responsible for Bucky's disappearance.
Craig Maxwell's wife said he'd had a falling out with Chris Thorne the night before, last night. And
well, I'm reaching out to you. Just to want to
Look, I have a feeling here.
listen.
McLeod and
Listen. I'm reaching out to you. Like I said, you've always given me good information, whether you were in the right or whether you were in the wrong.
Right.
I don't think that you have any involvement with it.
Right.
I don't.
No, I don't.
But I figured of all people to talk to, you'd be a good one to reach out to.
Believe me, I'm trying to figure that shit out myself.
What's your guts telling you?
Chris Thorne and McLeod has to
Why?
Be. Because they're always together. They're always running together, and I think McLeod's the fall guy for Chris.
You think what?
He's the fall guy.
What do you mean the
for
fall?
Chris. Whenever shit hits a fan for him, he's going to use McLeod as a fall guy.
So you think, who do you think had the problem with the man?
Who? McLeod.
You think McLeod had the problem? Yeah. And what do you think would happen from there?
I know he was going to take a golf club to him.
Local gossip led police to a woman named Rebecca, who was Craig's ex-girlfriend. Their breakup may have been the source of the conflict between Craig and Buckie.
You said you got a message from your sister?
Yeah.
Who's your sister?
Elizabeth McLeod.
How is she a McLeod?
She's married to Craig's nephew, Keith. Well, the message she sent me was one she forwarded that Craig had sent her. I used to date Craig, and I guess where Buckie lives is like a neighbor to where me and Craig used to stay. Craig was setting my stuff up in Buckie's property.
Say what?
He was setting my stuff up onto Bucky's property.
What do you mean?
Well, me and him broke up, and he
put your stuff on Bucky's property?
Yeah. He just told me to come get it. Well, Buckie thought it was trash he was setting up there. So Buckie came out and was asking him to move it and stuff. And Craig apparently, the message my sister forwarded to me, Craig was saying that he was going to go beat Buckie with the golf club for touching my stuff. And I didn't know.
When was this?
My sister just forwarded the message to me today, but it would have been the day before Buckie went missing that Craig and him got into an argument, and he was supposed to beat him with the golf club or whatever. He chased him with the golf club or however it was.
That's all that you know.
Yeah, I never even met Buckie before. And then I heard where he was missing, and then my sister told me that, and I'm like, kind of seemed weird that Craig said he was gonna chase him with the golf club or hit him with the golf club, and then he's missing. So.
As the rumors made their rounds, additional details made their way into the narrative. Some people had heard that Buckie had been killed somewhere near a place known as the Caves, across from River Road. His killers were described as methed out. They had likely dumped him in the river, some said. Still, others had heard an even more gruesome tale. Someone known as Turtle was allegedly contacted by Chris the day after Buckie went missing. He allegedly wanted to know about borrowing his grinder. Those who caught wind of that story surmised that Buckie was now in pieces, buried in different locations across the county.
No.
But what I was told is that somebody come here and told me that Chris Thorne got a hold of them and wanted them to help him. And
who are they?
He took a golf club and hit the guy in the head. He didn't intend to kill the guy. But of course. And he chopped him up, put him in different places.
Well, who told you that?
Somebody out of town.
It's more or less rumors, except for, Turtle. He told me that the day that he supposedly murdered him, Chris Thorne, I called him and asked him to use his grinder. So I didn't think none of it. I told him no, because, I don't trust him. He's his teeth and everything else. But now he thinks he knows why, because he needed help with that. And then he's telling Then later on, he told him that he hit him with the golf club in the back of the, or in the head, somewhere in the head, and that she didn't mean to kill him, that he hit him to knock him out, and it killed him. I mean, I heard stuff, you know, rumors, but I don't know nothing for a fact. All I know is that Turtle said, hey, he called me wanting to know his bars grinder or something.
Okay. Called you on your cell phone, and how did the conversation start?
Well, you know, you did it, right?
That's what she said. And did you know who she was talking about?
Yeah.
How do you know who she's talking about?
Because Chris is dirty.
Okay.
Well, when I first heard or seen her, you know, read about it or whatever, the first person I thought of was Craig McCloud, because they never got along. You know what I mean?
Nobody else, though?
No. Well, Chris and Billy.
They said they had cut him off and spread him around and buried him after they had robbed him.
Who was that? Rumors. That's the problem, small town.
Well, it could just be a weird theory too at the same time.
It'd be truthful lies within the rumors, but it'd be a bunch of lies wrapped around the truth.
As the rumors continued, other names were thrown into the mix. Chris's wife, Debbie, was amongst those implicated. Almost every witness approached by police prefaced their information by stating they had heard only rumors, not facts. Nonetheless, as more and more individuals reached the same conclusion, a confidence developed around these allegations, an unsupported yet unflinching certainty that many in the community knew what must have happened to Buckie Barlow.
Like 5 guys jumped Chris yesterday trying to blame him for shit I know he didn't do.
Like what?
I don't know, something about some guy missing in a truck. Hold on. The guy's name is Barlow, and I guess he's an older man and he's missing.
Okay.
So after this guy picked up a tire, he picked up the, what's it called? A floor jack, and hit my husband across the face with it.
That was today?
Yes.
So why do you think that Robbie Wiles hit Chris with a floor jack?
I have no clue. Oh, no, I do have a clue. Chris was at one of our friends and they were working on their truck, and some boy named Hunter said that my husband killed somebody. My husband did not kill my fucking body. That's funny.
Independent efforts were made to obtain confessions from the community's prime suspects.
Yeah, because I don't like this. I mean, nobody here does, to be honest with you. If he's the culprit, we're going to make sure we get caught. What we say, by the way he's acting, he's guilty. So, we're about to go find out here in a little bit. If I can send you your way, I will. I'll call you.
Is there any way you can record it?
Yeah.
Do you have a recorder?
I got a cell phone.
Does it record? Like an audio recorder? Why don't you do that?
All right. The whole conversation. I'll just sit and record when I get there. All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would it not look odd if you get your phone out and then hit record, put in your pocket and say, so tell me about killing Buckie here.
If you kill Buckie, you might be thinking he's a badass. You know what I mean?
Tell me your guy, because you've never
I'm not worried. I think he's guilty. Honest to God. I don't know how or why, but...
You see Chris Thorne as a badass, though?
No, I see him as a stupid punk-ass killer.
Ronnie Reiger had offered to split the reward money for locating Buckie with Chris Thorne if Chris would just admit to what he did and where Buckie was. But Chris denied any knowledge of or any involvement in the disappearance. He told Ronnie that he had no idea where Buckie Barlow was. At just past 9 a.m. on June 8th, just over a week after Buckie disappeared, the county sheriff's office received a phone call from a small group of hunters who had spotted what they believed was a body floating face down in the river. Pat Zukowski stated that he and his grandson, Braden, spotted a body lying in the creek bed. It was roughly 80 yards downstream from the bridge. They went to the nearest home in the area and alerted the homeowner.
Like at Barlow, he's the one that's missing, so that's kind of where we were heading. That's why everybody's just all going to converge at one time, and we'll look at one time. If you guys don't mind, you guys have IDs handy so I can make sure everybody that's witness can I can.
Go back to my house and get it.
Well, I pretty well know who you are.
Deputies made their way down the river. The body was shirtless, jeans were around the ankles, boots were on. The body was unfortunately too decomposed to formally make an identification on site, though Pat reported that he had known Buckie Barlow for ages, and the man they found matched his build. Then, a shirt lodged underneath a fallen log near to the recovery site in the river was pulled from the water. The blue and white striped shirt had 2 chest patches. One read Hillside Trucking, the other, Philip. They had found Philip Buckie Barlow.
That's his name. Call Travis and let him know his name's on it.
That's so messed up, bro. Thanks. Fuck.
The cause of death was a deep laceration to the neck. A knife or another blade had been the murder weapon. It had not been recovered. Captain Tichnell concluded that wherever Buckie had been murdered, there would have been a substantial amount of blood. Police searching the river near to where he was found did not identify a likely murder scene nearby. The same was true for the first location, where Buckie's truck had been recovered by the side of the road.
And you got to think about it. Maybe somebody, whoever did it, also trying to set fire to the truck to burn the blood and evidence that was in there from him. Because I'm sure y'all laid him in there on that side. And then y'all got to this creek and just threw the body over in the water.
In the truck itself, there was blood in the middle to the right of the back seat, on the exterior door handles, front driver and passenger seats, center console, steering wheel, and the gear shift. However, the analysis concluded that with the amount of blood loss apparently suffered by Buckie, it was extremely unlikely that he had been killed inside the truck. Zip ties located on the ground outside near to his house suggested he could have been bound and transported elsewhere in his own pickup before he was placed in the river and the truck set on fire. Investigators spoke with both Craig McLeod and Chris Thorne, as well as others who had been implicated in the rumor mill by association. They executed search warrants, pulled phone data, and verified alibis. To the extent that they uncovered any verifiable evidence, it supported their claim of innocence. It was also now clear that Buckie had not been killed by a golf club, nor had the killer utilized a grinder. Months passed with little progress made in the investigation. Then, in January 2020, Captain Tichnell went back through the files compiled in the initial days of the investigation. He reviewed everything, including witness statements and body cam footage. That is when he began to closely scrutinize the recorded statements of Buckie's immediate next-door neighbors, Laura Martin and Bobby Quinn. The couple first spoke with a deputy on May 29th. They did so again in mid-July. What Tichnell noted was that they both, to some degree, spontaneously claimed that they didn't hear anything that night because of their air conditioner unit running. They always had it on full blast, they said. Except the day the truck was found, they did not mention an AC unit at all. That day, they stated it was the noise from their washing machine that had blocked all sound from outside.
Got the fan turned on high and washer and dryer running. You can't hear.
I understand.
So the captain spoke with Mary Butler, who had arrived back at the house next to Laura and Quinn's just after Buckie went missing. Mary was positive that no air conditioner unit was installed in their south-facing window when she returned from Indiana. She knew it was about late June or early July before the AC was put in the window. This small inconsistency was not much to go on. That is, until the captain also learned that the couple did not own a washing machine either.
Well, thank you very much. I'll get out of your way in just a second, guys. Thanks.
What would y'all have a motive for?
Laura and Quinn's alibi was chased down. Family members who were meant to have been working on a truck with Quinn could not recall if they had been doing so on the day and night in question, as he asserted. Laura's grandmother could not confirm their presence at her home either, though these were the locations the couple claimed to have been on the night Buckie disappeared. While interviewing their family members, police were told one more story about what had allegedly happened to Buckie Barlow, and this one rang true. They were told that Laura had confessed to the murder. She told a family member that she and Quinn heard that their neighbor had money. They staged a robbery with BB guns outside his house, only to learn that Buckie only had $50 in cash on him. So, they killed him.
What?
In the spring of 2020, Laura Martin and Robert Quinn were in custody in a Maryland jail following their arrest for a series of storage building break-ins. From Preston County, their communication was monitored. Would one of them slip up and speak about the murder on a recorded line? While Laura was never caught making any incriminating statements, she was recorded having extensive, at times explicit, conversations with a man that was not Bobby Quinn. To that point, Quinn had denied any involvement in Buckie's murder. After he was played some of Laura's recorded phone calls, however, proving her unfaithfulness to him, Quinn began to talk. And he placed the blame for the murder on Laura. Quinn offered to take investigators to the locations where the robbery, kidnapping, and murder took place.
Yes, sir. All right, so it's Quinn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm terrible with names. I'll remember your face forever, but
Yeah.
terrible with names. Step to your left just a little bit for me.
Quinn told investigators that it was Laura's idea to rob Buckie. She waited outside his door for him to exit for work. When he came out, she attacked him, and a struggle ensued. Only then did Quinn step in. The two of them then forced Buckie into his own truck. They traveled to an area known as Fortney Mills, where there was a swimming hole. The water falls below a bridge over the Three Fork Creek. Laura forced Buckie to walk down under the bridge.
She told him give him your wallet, man. And
She said give him the wallet?
Yeah.
And what else?
His money.
Okay. And where was Laura standing at this time?
Right.
Right where I'm standing? Okay. Where were you standing?
I was standing right pretty much where he's at.
Okay.
According to Quinn, Laura threw Buckie's wallet into the river and told him to get on his knees. After, she put him in the water.
Okay, but he was on his knees at this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he resist going down on his knees?
No.
Okay.
And she stabbed him in the neck and threw him in the water.
Okay.
The specifics in Quinn's version of events changed several times. The one constant was his attempt to put the majority of the blame on his former partner, Laura Martin.
Now, did you see her shove him into the water?
No.
Okay. You just assumed that she did?
Yeah.
Did you ever ask her what she did with him?
Yeah, she said, well, he's in the water now, a little bit hard to find.
Okay. Okay.
Quinn explained that after dumping the truck and setting it on fire, they walked to the home of one of Laura's family members, where they took his keys. They drove the vehicle back to their home, changed into fresh clothes, and then drove down River Road near the caves. There, they burned any evidence that remained, including their dirty clothing. Quinn said that he did not have any blood on him at all, but burned his clothing as well, because he was scared of Laura. The last stop on Bobby Quinn's confession tour was the location where it all began, on Number 4 Road where they had lived. Quinn reiterated that he watched from the window as Laura attempted to rob Buckie. Quinn explained that Laura took his wallet at that.
Do you really think she's gonna go out here and be able to rob him by herself? With Buckie being the size of the guy he is? You by yourself as a woman?
I don't think that he was in the house looking out the window. Like, you go really there.
I think 100% he and her. If that's true, because why we ain't looking at Chris Chris and Craig, like the whole thing just flip and turn.
You said what? You said why we not?
Yeah. But I'm saying 9 times out of 10 they ruled him out.
Yeah, they did, cause cell phone and stuff.
But
they ended up ruling them out.
Yeah, but I just don't see.
And then what?
Her by herself going to try.
I don't either, but you're going to take yourself out as much as possible so that you can get the best deal possible.
And you said she made him get on his knees, and then just he ain't try to get up and run with the.
And then it's like midnight, right? It's dark. Y'all are under this bridge and all that, and you know exactly. You said you were standing back. You know exactly where she, like.
But how you didn't see her put him in the water?
But you didn't see. You know what I'm saying?
Or you would have heard.
But at one moment
he
you said she put him. She got her and made him get in the water, put him in the water, and then you like, well, I don't know. I just assumed because she told me.
But even if the water, he's a bigger guy. You would hear him splash.
And if you looking, so what? You got your back turned.
If you just standing off to the side, yeah.
Like, no, y'all equally had a part in it, and y'all did that to the man.
And his mind thinking, well, if I wasn't the one who killed them,
yeah, then I get the lesser.
Well, you help with in a case. Somebody died in a case of a felony.
Yeah,
you get charged with the murder too.
And then y'all think he got some money. He had $50. Well, because he going to work every day, which y'all could be doing. Like, be for real. That's so
Laura
sad.
attempted to rob Buckie. Quinn explained that Laura took his wallet at that point, apparently forgetting that he had already included this detail in his account of what had occurred at Fort E. Mills by the water.
Now, earlier down at the stream, you told us that he reached behind him when he was sitting on that ledge to give her his wallet.
Yeah, that's down there. Yeah, hey, Bobby, come on.
Right.
Because
you're playing.
Your version of this story has changed 6 times just since you've been here. Okay? Yeah. They told her, she told him to give me Bobby. You were here when this started, right? Yeah, you were. No, I was there, no. You were down here. Okay? There's just no doubt about that. Yeah, I come down after I seen her heading. Yeah, I was here.
You would not send your woman out to fight with a full-grown man
Exactly.
by herself to try and rob him. I don't think that
That's
anybody
what I was just saying.
Not doing that.
watch from 100-ish yards away while their woman went out to rob and sounds like deliberately kill a man.
Laura Martin also agreed to share her version of events with Captain Tichenal. She was not aware that Bobby Quinn had decided to talk. By extension, she did not know that he had implicated her almost exclusively in the murder. However, she was still under pressure to come clean. Not only had a family member recounted her alleged confession, but an ex-cellmate had similarly told law enforcement that she had confessed to her as well. That cellmate recounted disturbing details of how Buckie's throat was cut. She quoted Laura describing him trying to speak afterwards. He made a gurgling sound that she said she would like to hear again. Laura apparently said it was the coolest thing he had ever heard. After she killed him, still with Buckie's blood on her hands, they took out his lunch and ate the sandwiches that he had packed for work that night. Tichenal determined that the cellmate's account was credible. She included details such as the nature of the injuries Buckie incurred to be facts that only a person involved would have known.
True.
Is Bobby even cooperating with you guys?
I don't know, ma'am. I was asked to kind of stay out late after my shift to ride around with you guys. And that's about it.
You know, he's taking me down there.
Down
to the bridge.
Laura said that the two of them jumped out at Buckie in the dark with BB guns that they hoped would pass for real firearms. Buckie immediately put up a fight, she said, and he kept getting his licks in even after they forced him into the truck. They attempted to bind his hands with zip ties, but he broke free. They wore masks that covered most of their faces and gloves they purchased from Walmart. Despite their disguise once in the truck, Buckie declared that he knew exactly who they were.
Okay, so that's kind of one of the parts that I'm a little bit trying to get my head wrapped around.
This
Guy's
small
walking
ass
out.
town. You don't know who the fuck
Gets
you is.
a gun shoved in his face. Gets
You my
attacked.
neighbor.
Tries to be bound with zip ties, and then he just kind of, fine, I'll go with you. It seems like we're glossing over something that's not making a lot of sense to me.
No, I mean, there was a hell of a scuffle. I would say the scuffle probably lasted like half hour, if not longer. And I think he was just getting tired of it.
Okay.
At Fortney Mills, Laura said Buckie fought with Quinn before he was killed. Her former partner had used a box cutter, which they subsequently lost. It had likely fallen into the river during the course of the murder, or in rolling Buckie into the water. She claimed to have fought to save him in the final moments, but she had not been successful.
Girl, shut up. But then I was down on my knees and I was rocking back and forth because I was freaking out. I didn't even stop because it didn't even happen like this. Okay. And then he was like, "Are you going to help me or what?" And I was sitting there rocking, holding my head like this.
Do you think Buckie was dead at that point already?
I don't know.
Was he still moving at all?
No.
No, okay.
No, he was really white.
Okay. I'm kind of having trouble getting my mind wrapped around something that you said a few times that Buckie put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, he
Got
did
him-
it. His
I think your
house.
words where he got his licks in.
Yeah.
But then he gets down here with a gun to his head up at the vehicle, comes down here and then just submits to get on his knees. He's got to know that he's going to be
They
murdered.
scuffled.
Okay.
They fought back and forth. Bobby's gun got knocked away from him. And then Bobby pulled out the box cutter and said, "You're not going to fucking fight, you're going to die."
Okay.
And I froze. I was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" And Bobby started freaking out. He's like, "He knows who we are. He knows who we are."
What was Buckie saying at that time?
He was like, "I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. I want to go to work." And I was just like, "Let him go to work. If he says something, it's a burglary or a robbery. Like, it's not a death."
Shut up.
Despite their claims of regret in blaming one another, Laura Martin and Robert Quinn were each sentenced to life plus 180 years in prison for robbery, kidnapping, and murder. They each entered into plea agreements for first-degree murder and first-degree robbery. The agreement was that they would receive life with a recommendation of mercy, meaning they could apply for parole after just 15 years on the murder charge. But the judge sentenced each to 180 years for the robbery to run consecutive with the life sentence, rendering the agreement completely moot. The couple said the robbery was motivated by necessity. They needed cash because their electricity was going to be turned off for lack of payment. Upon sentencing, Buckie's siblings told the court that his last dream had been to retire, a goal he had spent his entire life working towards. His killers had taken that from him. And that was the tragic case of Philip Buckie Barlow. Thank you.
Shout out to Kevin with another one, bro.
Shout out.
R.I.P. to Buckie, bro.
R.I.P. to Buckie, and my condolences to his family.
He did
That's
not
so
deserve
effed
that.
up.
Man, just minding his business, doing his damn job, what he's supposed to be doing, and just because we got two broke ass bums who ain't even trying to do shit in life, want to sit up here and try to rob me for $50.
For $50, think he $50. This man going to work every day,
That man, like,
minding his business.
y'all, bro, you can tell this. He like, man, we everybody out here struggling, bro. It's just those put their best foot forward, and some of y'all just don't at all. Yeah, I hope y'all ain't gonna never see the light of
And my heart goes
day
out to
outside
Mary
them
too.
gates.
Yeah.
Facts, bro, because
My
she
heart
was.
goes out.
You don't know what she had planned. They probably had everything
They had
organized.
everything probably planned to the T. And,
Now I gotta go take
you
her.
know what I'm saying?
I wondered if they buy a home, and now that could be a financial
Who
burden on
knows?
top of.
On top of grieving.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's so
Trying
messed
to
up, bro.
probably was just trying to escape this.
Yes.
And
just-
see something different. Is just relocating to Indiana.
Yeah.
Ain't like they were going to Florida. Ain't like they were going to California. They were like, all right, we can.
Yeah. Cause y'all lights about to be cut.
Two motherfuckers, and that's a lie. That's a lie.
Miss me with that.
Because y'all did other robberies and burglaries.
Okay, that's just y'all nature.
That's what y'all do.
That's what y'all do for, I guess, a living. That's what y'all do together. Facts. But yeah, definitely rest in peace to Buckie.
But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts down below for us. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
We
are.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't tell your back and don't declare me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partner.